These displays of intolerance and homophobia are unacceptable.
This type of intolerant rhetoric starts in the home.
Parents angry at town hall over intolerance at Marshall Simons Middle School. Kids were asked to wear rainbow clothes in honor of Pride Spirit Day, but some organized a counter-protest wearing red, white, and blue or black. The principal sharing a statement to families that Pride posters were ripped down, stickers ripped up. Some students chanted "USA are my pronouns," and students showing Pride were intimidated.
It was an unruly disruption, in fact, that was organized ahead of time.
While some parents were upset, others say it was overblown.
Some of the kids threw the stickers on the ground. But, I can only speak for my daughter. She didn't want to wear that to school. It's not that she wanted to hurt anybody's feelings.
She says her daughter felt coerced to participate in the Pride event and was offended by some of the messages, like this quote from Tennessee Williams.
Human heart cannot be straight. It is curves and winds.
Straight has no heart? Really? I don't know what I have to think about that. It's not equity, inclusive, and all the mumbo jumbo. It feels like you actually don't think straight people have a heart. We just feel our instinct. And I'm like, you want to promote that and expect us to be with you when we don't want to wear a shirt when you're condemning us? Nah, man, miss me with that.
My daughter just kind of said, Mom, that's offensive to me, who I am straight.
But even parents like her, opposed to the Pride Month celebration, say the ripping of posters was wrong.
I think destructing any property is wrong. I think, I just think that was wrong.
Parents and community groups now calling for the town and school board to act and support diversity, equity, and inclusion. The incident sparking discussion at home on both sides.
My thing that I teach my kids is just be kind. And I wish the schools would just kind of pump the brakes on what they're shoving down these kids' throats.
The issue of pride in schools is very controversial. I understand that. I think we need to start at a place of commonality.
Now, the principal says that no one was forced to participate in the Pride Day event.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
But now parents on both sides want dialogue. Live in Burlington, Sean Shiabat, WCVB News Center.
Generally, all the worst thing that I thought could have happened around my kid, that they said they're not doing it, they proved me wrong. And certain not left-leaning places are copying left-leaning places because there's a lot of money in the business. Promoting this, hey, here's more money. Hey, buy those books and read them to your kids. Hey, more money, gangster. Now let me show you a specific video. Maybe I'll cover it later, but let me show you a specific part of a father, how he found out this mumbo jumbo and how the teacher responded.
And I'll give you a great example. So we just found out 2 months ago from our 8-year-old that back during Thanksgiving, the teacher was reading the kids a book about the Pilgrims. And there was a page in the book that said the Pilgrims just wanted to be able to worship their God in the way that they chose appropriate, something to that effect. The teacher took out the word God so that nobody would be offended. Well, we didn't find out about that from our kiddo until just a couple of months ago because these things are happening subliminally, subtly, quietly. And she told us about that months ago. What else is happening that we don't know about? What else are they forcing into the minds of our kids to confuse them and to change the narrative to replace science and math and reading with social and emotional learning? They're literally swapping out lessons in basic education for social and emotional learning.
Another one.
Morning announcements celebrating Pride Month. And again, we're talking about a school that over the last couple of years has been reading our books, reading our kids' books about transgender crayons and racist white police officers and families of illegal immigrants that feel like they're being discriminated against. And the school has been working extraordinarily hard to hide all of this. Brother, my wife put it best when she said, if this was such a crucial and important topic that you had to talk to 8-year-olds about it, then why was it not so crucial that you had to alert the parents about it?
So you were not contacted, the families were not, because a lot of times schools will reach out and say, we're going to do this event, you can opt in or out. There was no communication?
None. Not only was there no communication, but when called out on it by the media afterwards, the principal essentially doubled down on it and made it very clear that they have no responsibility to tell parents about it. When parents started complaining about these books that were being read to the kids, the principal's response was, well, we haven't had other parents complain about it, to which everybody pointed out nobody knew about it. You didn't alert anybody. And her response was, well, we don't have to. Last
Well,
I
it seems
checked,
like
they
they're
were
complaining now, though. I mean, that's the interesting part. I mean, it seems like you and others, it's not just you, are voicing concern about this now that you know about it.
That's correct. And here's the thing. I didn't want to be in this fight. I didn't want to take this fight because I didn't want my kids to end up being discriminated against or retaliated against in the schools. With the work that I do, I already deal with enough haters, right? But now they've come after my kids and they've come after all of our kids. And here's the thing. We are in a red community. And so people who are in conservative communities tend to think this isn't happening in my school. This isn't happening in my town. It is happening right under our noses and nobody knew. And everybody's afraid to speak out about it because they're afraid that these schools will retaliate against their kids. They're afraid of, like, I woke up this morning to death threats, threats of violence, promises to come after our kids. I'm being told that I'm a homophobe, a sexist, a racist, all because we're fighting to protect innocent children.
And this is in Connecticut, and this is in Connecticut. And this is in Connecticut, suppose a little more lifestyle community, and this is happening. Do you really think that I'm ready to receive something like that? Hey man, you're bada bing, bada boom. Your kids is longer with us than with you, and until you have it on the weekend. Hey bro, I think that would actually mess up my MS, and it would make me feel so bad that I would actually tell my wife I would leave the country. I will go back to my island. Very simple. Because the idea that people preach this stuff, and there are certain places that once your kid starts thinking differently because they confused your kid, and then even if you remove the kid, for example, from California, if you leave with your kid, they have the right to arrest you and take the kid back, send them to foster care. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Anyway, maybe I'll cover the whole video, but I just wanted to show you these little details. Let me know what you guys think about this, and yeah.